Welcome to the championship match of the inaugural season of the Golden Tee Mobile League's Gold Division. I'm Chad Schrump. Tonight's match features perhaps the two very best players in all of Golden Tee Mobile. Tony Johnson teeing off here, a.k.a. Whammy, versus Evan Gossett, Meow Chopper. Both of these players have already qualified for the Golden Tee Mobile World Championship, hopefully in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're about to see which player is champion of this league. Let's watch them play on Incredible Technology's brand new baby, their mobile course, Elkhorn Ridge. And now you see Evan Gossett go off the side of this mountain, puts it deep into the fairway, and this will set up a stinger chip. Let's see if he can bring this thing in and just a little bit right. Nice chip by Evan. Tony's going to try to do the same thing, and that's right. So that ball will be a little bit long, but it's going to be an easy putt. Both players will birdie number one. We're going to go into hole number two, which is a par four that both players will have a really good opportunity to either make or get great shot points. So they will both use javelin golf balls, cut this wind out, let the break of the green come into play for them, and see if they can't do it. And Tony said a nice one, and it's a little short, but that's going to be a lot of points. 14,348 GSPs. Evan's going to try to do the same thing in just a minute. Now, great shot points, very important. As most of you know, these matches are determined by total score. However, if you're tied, great shot points are the first tiebreaker. Here comes Evan. That's on a nice line, a little right, I think. It is just a little right, hops over the hole. So both players will come out of here with eagle, although Tony Johnson does have the great shot point lead going into hole number three. You can almost kind of consider the GSPs as a half stroke if someone has that lead. I've always considered that. That's just a half stroke. So here's Tony going to float in a sniper. This thing's going to come down to the earth quickly and just stop right on a dime. And there he is again. That's GSPs. 8,500 more. I think Tony's up to 22,000 points already, maybe even 23,000. Evan will probably do the same type of shot. That pin is located so close to the edge of the green, there's really not a good chance to let anything roll in there. So you're just going to try to bring it down on the right distance and just let it stop right by the hole. And that is a really good shot by Evan. He's on the board with about 9,000 GSPs, and he's got that off the schneid there, and he will go on to the fourth hole, which is a par five. Both players are going to birdie this one, no problem. This par five is actually one of the tougher holes maybe on the front nine. The tee shot is going to be down the right side of a fairway, and then you've got to bend a big long iron, or rather a big long wood, into this green, and it's not always the easiest shot. I mean, there is a little trepidation there, and there's things that can get you. So we're going to do a Maniac's tee ball here by Tony. Evan will most likely do the same thing, and does. He's going to high tee it and throw a big giant insider driver right down the middle of this fairway. So let's see what kind of shot they're going to have into the green. And Tony's going to use a grabber, throw it around the tree. That looks like it's going to be a little bit short, but it's nice and safe, and both players can putt from there, no problem. Let's see here what Evan's got. Evan will go way around with the sniper, and that's going to be a long putt. So they're both safe, but like I said, I mean, this is one of the harder holes, and Evan pours it into the right side. That thing was trying to stay outside, but found its way home, and Tony right down the middle. So eagle on hole number four. We go to the par four fifth, and this is a hole that you're going to bring it in nice and high, and this one it looks like Tony's going to try to back it up big time with the super spin, and it's just outside of GSP range. And Evan is in love with the sniper golf ball today. He's going to throw another sniper in. Looks a little bit left, but it's nice and safe. This is kind of a pin where you don't really want to go at too much. There's opportunities down the road that you can take advantage and try to make hole outs. This is probably not one that you want to really take a chance and lose the match early. So both players eagle. Now here's a par three that sometimes is gettable. This one is too. So this is going to be a javelin ball, cuts out the wind. Tony rolls it down and a little bit short. Let's see if Evan can make a distance control change here and see if he can go a little bit deeper. Throws it down the middle of the green, and both players are a little bit right, and they will both have birdies. So we are kicking our way, and ooh, that's great shot points for Evan. I thought that was a little bit outside. That must be right around 5 feet, but that will be Golden Tee great shot points. So Evan right back into the GSP game with Tony. So Tony's going to make this birdie. Evan's going to also make the birdie. Hopefully this splices together nicely. I had to pause the game for one brief moment as we go to the next par 5. Tony will tee off with a Maniac's ball. He will land it right on this island, giving himself a nice opportunity into this green. And that is a nice pin for this hole. Sometimes you will get that hole cut out on the right side of the green, right by the sand trap, and it can be nasty. Evan has left himself in a dangerous position here. He's going to have to use a Ranger ball and really get this thing going, and it's going to be short, I believe. Yeah, he'll be short. The tee shot was the problem. The Maniacs was most likely the ball to be used off the tee. That's going to cause him an issue with the stroke. Tony will throw this thing up there very nicely. Evan can make this chip, though. This is very makeable. And, just long. So we will go down a stroke. We have first blood. TJ with a one-stroke lead over Evan Gossett, Meow Chopper. Meow Chopper won a arcade version Golden Tee World Championship, I believe in 2018. He will be going for another one this year, and he's also going to go for a Golden Tee Mobile World Championship. Tony over the top of the mountain and brings it back with the super spin. Just a little bit short of great shot points, but a great ball. Evan will go around the right side of the mountain and over. He will do also the same shot, brings it in nice and close. Almost makes it 12,000 GSPs, and we're probably really close on great shot points. So the difference right now is one stroke, and we are somewhere relatively close on GSPs. We'll have to see when this first 9 holes are over, and then we will go to the back 9 of Elkhorn Ridge, which was recently released. So these players have not played Elkhorn Ridge back 9 on the mobile version very often. Now, I'm sure they practice quite a bit, but not like the other courses. So we could see some miscues, but knowing these guys, we'd probably see a whole lot of good plays. So here we are on the 9th hole. It's a par 3. Tony's not messing around. Just plants that ball right on the green. That'll be a birdie. Evan knows he still has 9 more holes to go. We only made one mistake. He'll bring this thing in pretty deep here. That's not going to come back whatsoever, but he will keep it on the green and have a long flat putt, which I expect him to make, and he does not. That is very unexpected. Tony with the birdie. Evan will par the 9th hole after hitting the tee shot deep. Tony will go into the back 9 with a 2-stroke lead, and he is down on great shot points. So he's down 7,000 GSPs, but much, much more importantly, he does have a 2-stroke lead on Evan Gossett. So Elkhorn Ridge, back 9, pro style. This is going to be a shootout on the back. So we'll see how we're going to do here. Both of these players, like I said, have already qualified for the Golden Tee Mobile World Championship as well as the Golden Tee Arcade Version World Championship. Hey, while we're out here watching these cheese shots on number 10, thanks again to Josh Simmons, the commissioner of these Golden Tee Mobile Leagues. He's run the purple division, the bronze division, silver, and gold with very little fanfare, but the players really, truly appreciate it. Special shout out to the purple champion, Joel A., the bronze champion, GTG Playa, and the silver champ, Paul Doyle, also known as Huge Ass. Yeah, you get it. Huge Ass. Nice, Paul. I think Paul will be moving up to the gold division for the next season. So 2 eagles on the backside of this 18 holes. That was hole number 10. And here we're on hole number 11. So the tee shot, there's a couple ways to play this. You can play your tee shot to the top of this or go all the way to the bottom. Both players will elect to shoot it to the top of this fairway, and then they will go down to a green that is it's a long wood in, and we will see if we can float this in close. And we're going to have a little bit of a long putt. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you. Evan is not playing like he will sometimes play. He can catch a lot of fire. I'm not saying he's out of this by any stretch of the imagination, but he's usually, generally, a lot closer than what he's been right now. It's just the truth. So there is a couple of birdies on this hole, and we will go on to the par 3. Again, Tony Johnson with a 2-stroke lead Although Evan does have a little bit of an advantage on great shot points in case he was able to make this match all square. Tony's going to plant another sniper about 8-10 feet from the hole. Evan will try to do the same. See if he can't get it close. And he's pretty deep, so he will throw down another putt, another 40-footer. We've had a lot of long putts. Ooh, that was another close call. Evan's got to think right now, I've made a couple mistakes. I know what kind of player TJ is, and he might be a little bit down right now, to be quite honest. So, no quit in him, though. I guarantee he's going to keep firing at the pins and see what he can do. Tony lands it on this top shelf of this par 5. There's a couple ways to play this one here. I think most players will go to this smaller shelf. If you look up when you play this hole, there's also another landing area, a little small strip of fairway on the very top of the mountain. It's a little tougher to get at. Depends on the wind and the pin, or the tee box, rather. So, here we are, TJ going at the green, and he lands another sniper. This thing's about 15 feet away. That'll be an easy eagle. Evan's going to do the same thing, see if he can get a little bit deeper and challenge this hole. And he does. Great shot by Evan. Well, I guess we're going to say very good shot. That must be, is that 6 feet? No, it's 7. So no great shot points and no hole out, more importantly. And we will move on. Both players 6 under on the back. Tony would be 20 under, 18 under for Evan going into this hole. This is a little par 4, but it's tricky. There is a ton of problems around this green. There's probably 5 or 6 sand traps, water everywhere. It's going to be very hard, depending on the wind, to get this thing very close, because if you cut the wind out with a javelin, you take a risk of the ball going long or short and going into a trap. So you want to play a sniper just to land it, but you've got to really control that distance. And Tony has done a great job of that. That's another really nice shot. 10,000 GSPs. He's now gone ahead on great shot points. He also has a 2-stroke lead. This is getting dire for Meow Chopper. Tony's played excellent golf today. So, here's what we talked about. This is the javelin. You've got to try to get it close. I know he's thinking, I've got to hold this out. It's going to be a little bit left. It's going to come back down. All in all, an excellent shot. However, when you're trying to get hole outs at this point, excellent shots don't really do you a whole lot of good. You need something that goes in the hole. So, we are still 7 under each on the back. And this is a hole that has a chance to be a swing hole. Tony will go over the top, bring it from left to right with a Maniacs. What a kick! And that is going to be about a 15-foot putt for eagle. Let's see what Evan can do. He's going to throw it around the trees. Did it catch? It looks like it did. That's going to go down. That is a problem. So he's got to make this somehow. He goes up over that mountain, hoping for a good kick. It does kick, and it comes down, so he'll have a nice putt. That was a good shot, but when you're looking for eagles and you're looking for hole outs, he's going to lose another shot to Tony, and we are almost to the point where you could say this thing might be about over. I hate to say that, but we're 3 strokes down with 3 to play. Tony Johnson is one of the best players in the world, and it's going to be very hard for him to get his hands off of this championship. He's got a firm stranglehold on it now. Both players will go up to this landing area and then go over probably with another javelin to cut out the wind. They do. 3 wood first for Meow Chopper. This thing will go left upon landing. Will it come down a little bit? It does some, slightly, but that's not going to go in the hole. Tony has a really nice look at this. Really nice look. And he leaves it a little bit short. And that's probably the smart play, although I am sure he was trying to get much closer than that. And he doesn't know what Evan's done. These players have played these games by themselves. Neither player knows how the other did. We are splicing these together from our friends at Incredible Technologies to show them together. And we are about done here. This thing is about over. This par 3 has the potential to be really nasty as well, but not with this set up, is it? Whew, I thought that was in the water for a second. Wow. Tony scared himself, but it was a great shot. Evan will try to make this thing. It's going to kick down, very similar to Tony's. And that's wet. This thing's over. Evan tried to make it. He knew he had to make something happen. He was down 3 strokes. He had to know he was down at least a couple. Tony's probably not going to make very many mistakes. He's going to have to try to make this shot, and it goes a little bit left, rolls into the trap. Now we're going to chip up, and this thing's all over but the crying. Evan will try to finish it out, just trying to make a chip, just trying to make something happen. We've all been there. He'll throw this thing up deep, make his putt most likely. And Tony Johnson is going to be your inaugural season of the Golden Tee Mobile League Gold Division champion. Evan will clean this up here in just a minute, perhaps. They showed his missed putt again. Not sure why. He's throwing gasoline on the fire at this point. So a 6 for Evan and a birdie on number 17. TJ just needs to coast to the finish, and he throws a beautiful little slider right into this green. He's going to have a chip, but it doesn't matter. He could probably chip this 3 times, and he's still going to win the championship match. So this is season 1. Again, special thanks to Josh Simmons, our commissioner. We will have season 2 shortly. Be on the lookout if you're a player. If you want to sign up, get on the Golden Tee mobile page on Facebook and tell people that you want to sign up and get in these leagues. There's leagues for everyone. Purple bracket, bronze bracket, silver, gold. Get in, play, get better. And we really appreciate you watching today. Congratulations, Tony Johnson, your Gold Division champion. Great playing. Evan Gossett, we know you'll be back. Thank you.